right, welcome to Saturday edition of Gen X Rated. We missed our Black Friday, but here we are on Saturday. Gene, how we doing? Uncle Bill?
Good.
I'm good. I'm smoking weed and drinking coffee.
Sweet. Great
What
combination.
else can you do?
Well, when it's snowing outside, that sounds perfect.
Is it snowing in Missouri?
It is, yeah.
Couple inches.
Not in Cleveland. Only
You didn't
in,
get any of that?
No, it's between Erie and Buffalo on I-90. They got
Okay.
hammered.
When you
I got
saw
nothing.
all
I'm
the
clear.
snow up in Buffalo for that game tomorrow night.
Exactly why I'm glad I never had to play in Buffalo very often.
Well, what, last year they canceled the game. Was it last season that they canceled it because of the weather?
They
You
Well,
would have
the
to ask
game-
Bill. I don't know.
that was the year they moved it to Detroit, right?
Mm.
The Buffalo game?
Yeah, they got like 5 feet of snow,
Yes.
and didn't they
I
have
don't know.
to?
It's
they
the
had to
last
move
place
it
in
to,
America that
Detroit.
actually snows where global warming can't affect it or some shit. I don't fucking know.
You're right
Yeah.
about
Super weird.
that. Yeah.
I think it's like a microclimate because of the lake.
Possibly.
They said Buffalo, I think Duluth, Minnesota, are places that are going to be relatively unscathed.
Oh, really?
And they will be building walls, my friend, to keep all of us out.
Yeah, it's possible. Especially you, Bill.
Yeah.
But anyway,
You know what? I wouldn't
how-
blame them.
how was Thanksgiving? You guys spent it together, right?
Yeah, it was great. Robin and Catherine always do a great job.
Do you have to do anything, Bill? Like fucking snap peas or beans, or do you do shit? Or what do you do?
Show up
That's it?
with a good attitude, and I just,
wow.
I tell Rob to send me a list of whatever he needs last minute, and
He's my last minute shopper, which is
Pick it up.
super helpful.
Oh, what's open on that day that you go to? Store.
Fresh Time.
Oh, okay.
Fresh Time Market.
I've been in Fresh
And I
Time.
think Whole Foods is open for a bit. The local grocery store here
Oh.
I went to was not open. Walgreens not open. CVS not open, etc.
I went past the Whole Foods parking lot on my way to Fresh Time, and oh my God, what a nightmare that was!
I got
It's
to
fucking
Brentwood
awful.
Boulevard and I couldn't do it. Once I was behind a Porsche Cayenne, a G-Wagon, and a Suburban, it was time for me to go home.
Yeah,
How many people did you have to host? You and Burns?
7.
Oh yeah, that's not
Not
horrible,
bad.
but that's
Two of
still
them
a
are
lot.
tiny
Lot of
kids. I make the same thing anyway, so it really doesn't matter.
that's great.
The photo up here is the people were literally stuck overnight on Highway 90.
They were warned not to go on Highway 90. To be fair, every single one of those motorists was warned, do not even attempt this shit. We won't have plows. And they did it anyway.
Well, I
Man.
mean, Gene, you were kind of in this situation when you came back from that bowl game. I mean, how do you stay warm without running out of gas when you know you're going to be there for 10 hours?
Well, you make a lot of money playing football in the 90s, and then you buy a 40-foot RV and you stow it away for 15 years. Take it on a trip, and then get stuck in bumfuck South Carolina in a fucking blizzard on the highway, and realize that you have 80 gallons of fucking diesel and you'll be just fine. Lock your doors because people might be coming knocking to take a piss because there's a toilet in there. And I was fine. The only thing I regret not doing is taking a nap. I literally sat in the driver's seat for, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 hours or something. I don't even remember how long we were there until,
Oh, wow.
I could have gone back and taken a steady nap, but my car never, my RV never shut off, and I was just fine, other than having a sore ass once again from sitting too much. That's why I'm standing today, guys. I sit too much. Sitting's like smoking. You guys know that.
Uh-huh.
And I sit far too much, and I was sitting a lot in Omaha, and God, my butt just said stand. I don't have, you know how I had that big, round, juicy NFL ass back in the day that Bill used to just love to pat because it was just so big and round and juicy. It's like my ass is on Ozempic now. It's as flat as my mom, Lois, is. It's fucking flat. There's nothing there. There's no fucking cushioning anymore. The muscle is all gone. It's just wide. It's not. It's not a bubble butt anymore. You can't hold a beer can on it. You can't hold a fucking
geez.
ashtray on it anymore. I no longer have a stripper's ass. I hate to say it, but whatever. What are you gonna do, Bill? You okay there? You look confused. Your mouth is agape.
I always look like that.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So, along with the Thanksgiving talk, I wanted to touch briefly on the Black Friday. Anybody do any shopping yesterday?
No, I didn't feel like getting ripped off. You know, they quit giving sales on Black Friday about 10 years ago, right? They just switch out the placards that say Black Friday sale from the ones that say regular sale, and they're exact same fucking price. So.
I saw that. I saw some video of that from Target in particular, where
Target does that. I mean, everybody does that now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That just should be going away anyway. That was all. I mean, dude, the way advertisers know our id or our brain or how we think or how to get our endorphins going or how to give us little tiny shots of cocaine like a hamster at a fucking water thing is amazing. But eventually you catch on to that shit and that dies out and they have to come up with something new. I think Black Friday's been just shit since been shit for a couple of years now, hasn't it? It hasn't been great.
well,
When did it start? When did it start to be a thing?
It's a great question. I don't know.
Because when we were kids, after Thanksgiving, our mom would take us like downtown to like
look at the Christmas lights.
look at the lights, and maybe you'd get like a pair of snow boots or something.
Right.
But it
I don't
wasn't
know.
like a really big deal.
Once they figured out we were all fucking sheep that were easily led into a goddamn fucking store filled with fucking viruses to run around to try to get a fucking cheap ass Chinese fucking TV for $50.
Yeah.
That's when it all happened. I never went for that shit anyway. I kind of just sort of shop year round, and you know all the best fucking sales are after the fucking holidays anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, no rush
Well,
for me. And what
We
the
had
fuck do
so
I need
much.
to buy?
Everybody talked so much about the price of eggs and everything. Yet yesterday was some kind of record. I think Black Friday, $689 billion were spent.
That's
on
online though, right? I mean, half of that shit's probably online now. I mean, no one's going rushing to a fucking store. They're just
No,
sitting.
You're right.
at the
Especially
computer.
after what you said, there aren't really any real sales. I feel the same way with like Prime. When you have Prime Days or whatever it's
Yeah.
called,
Mm-hmm.
it used to be screaming deals, and I just don't see that.
Isn't half the year Prime year now? Like, isn't 6 months
Yeah.
of the year like fucking Amazon Prime year? I mean, because every time I look up, they're having some sort of fucking sale.
Well, it was like
So
3 days or almost a week in November, and yeah, I think they do it one other time. All I'm saying is, it used to knock you out. The deals were amazing. Now it's
Yeah.
like, oh,
I'm buying
$20.
plane tickets to and from New York for my daughter. I don't have time to fucking shop for TVs and shit. That shit's expensive enough. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, your daughter goes to school out of town. You know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
We just bought the tickets this morning for her to come back at Christmas, and it's
same
adorable.
deal. Same deal. I just found out my daughter's coming back for a few days at Christmas too. It's like, dude, you just got here, and Christmas is like this far away. But she's got to go back and do school stuff, and then
Sure.
turn around and come right back.
Well, and we
So-
want her to come back, but it would have been nice for her to get tickets sooner because it would have been at least a couple $100 cheaper. And now
Did you know that your music's still playing in the background? By the way,
I did not. Can you hear it?
I can hear it.
I was
yeah.
messaging you and texting you.
Oh, you
Oh.
have been?
Yeah. Look at
Well,
the.
thank you,
Oh.
guys.
I mean, I like it because it helps me fucking sort of,
Keep you up.
like equestrian size. What do you call that? that girl in Florida on the golf course, when she walks like a horse and dances like a horse, wears
I
the white
haven't seen
yoga
that.
pants with the camel toe. What the fuck is that called?
I have
Not
no idea.
jazzercise, huh?
I have no idea.
Rager size. I don't fucking know. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Zumba?
I was
Maybe
enjoying the
Zumba.
music. I
Golfer size?
literally when you guys hit the private chat shit, it just goes right over my head.
I didn't
So
even
fo-
see it, to be perfectly honest. Sorry, Uncle Bill.
I'm so focused at looking at Bill's ocean eyes. I mean, his amazing eyes. I can't take my eyes off of his eyes. So usually I'm not even paying attention to the screen. So
It's the
he's got those
lighting.
amazing eyes, especially when he's high on a
Right.
gummy and they're half closed and he's got a
So,
smile going.
Did
Amazing.
anybody see the Justin Sun bought this piece of art?
Yeah.
Oh,
but
yeah.
How is
He
that
ate
even
the banana.
shocking anymore? People are doing that shit all the time. Didn't
$6.2
Banksy?
million.
Yeah, that's stupid
Right?
though.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Then he
Why
ate
does
the
it make you
banana.
mad that they do this shit?
It makes me mad. Yes.
Hmm.
This makes me
doesn't make me
mad
mad
too.
anymore.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Doesn't make me mad anymore.
I find it
It's just-
off-putting.
Dude, everybody's an attention seeker. Everybody wants, Andy Warhol had that whole thing about everybody's going to get their 15 minutes, and now everybody's getting their 15 seconds just over and over again.
How do we know Farmer Bro? I mean, doing stupid shit and buying Wu-Tang's fucking album and
Oh, that fucking guy.
you
What an
know, he just-
asshole.
yeah,
It's Gorilla, right?
He's gotten 15 minutes a couple times, and then he goes to jail, and then he comes back and gets 15 minutes more. But he ripped off rich people, so he actually did jail time. Don't fuck with the rich; they will actually send you to jail. So, just so you know.
Very true. Well,
Anyway, I'm glad Thanksgiving is over because now we have Christmas to look forward to, and then the New Year's, and then fucking Easter, and then whatever's after that. So, love the holidays.
There's always
All of
something ahead.
Plus Bill's birthday. He makes
That
a
is
big
true.
fucking deal out of that. God damn it. Anyway, don't worry.
I try
dude.
to ignore it.
I'm going to send you that 2 pounds of medicine. Don't worry.
Okay.
So what's going on in the fucking world? Because I literally don't even watch the news anymore. You guys are going to have to inform me about. I did watch the Michigan-Ohio State ending today. If you guys get to sports, that was kind of the nuttiest fucking game I've ever seen, the fourth quarter. It was really bad football, but kind of good football, but kind of bad football. And missed field goals and shit. And then,
well, I saw the pick late. Ohio State threw an interception late, 7 minutes left. And then what? Michigan went down and kicked a field goal? Or
I don't know if there's a couple interceptions back and forth in between that or something. But, yeah, eventually they ran that shit down. And, yeah, I don't know. I was only half paying attention. I was studying all of those pod notes that Bill sent me.
Well, that's a great rivalry for one. Michigan's not having a great year. Ohio State was number 2 in the country. So
you know what Jim Harbaugh said in the 80s, man? You beat Ohio State, it's a great year. You lose to Ohio State, it's a terrible year. They're having a great fucking year. And they've had 4 fucking great years in a row because Ohio State, I don't know if they has ever beaten fucking Michigan.
I don't know.
So.
But I did see Urban Meyer was drinking alone at a grocery store. That seemed kind of sad.
Surrounded by all his friends.
Super cringe, but at least he didn't have his hand on the mascot's ass or whatever it is he likes to do at bars when he's drinking alone. So my hand actually definitely went up the crack of that Daisy Duke. It was, motherfucker was trying to go bowling. I swear to God. Anyway,
I just saw a thing
go ahead.
where I guess Mike Vrabel was on his staff at Ohio State, and they crossed paths in the NFL, right? I guess the Titans played Jacksonville that year, and Urban Meyer walked up to him. He's like, "Do I know you? I think I might know you."
Dude,
Vrabel's like,
"Who is that fucking guy? Oh my god,
that guy is just—he's a dick."
Well, Vrabel's pretty memorable player.
Do I know you?
Wait, yeah, he was on his coaching staff.
I know, and he didn't know a goddamn thing about coaching, or once he got to the NFL, he just didn't. He didn't know who Aaron Donald was. He didn't know. I mean, who some of the greatest players in NFL history was. He only thinks Urban about Urban. It's a really weird. He's a weird dude, man. But whatever. He's still happily married, allegedly.
Allegedly, I think you see that a lot in college, though. Those guys build up like little fiefdoms. They can pick and choose what you want when you get to that level. Recruiting's never a problem. Money, the boosters are always in your corner. I mean, you've got everything you want. You call all the shots.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and a good example would be like Alabama. Once their coach left, I mean, look at the season they're having. I mean, it is. It's the personality of the coach and less about the institution.
Why? What season is Alabama having? Because I don't
Not
know.
great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they're always in the top 15, and they're not. They're always top 25. They're not.
Iowa State plays tonight. That's all that fucking matters in my world.
Who are they playing tonight?
I don't know. Kansas State. I don't fucking know. One of the Kansas fucking teams that we always used to beat for the most part. One of the few teams I could beat back in the 80s.
Alabama's 8-3, but for them, it's not a great season.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
That's pretty pedestrian for them. So
does Alabama have a rivalry like Michigan, Ohio State? Do they have like a straight up
the Iron Bowl, right? Is it Auburn?
Yeah, Auburn.
So they hate them as much as Ohio State hates Michigan, vice versa?
I would think
equal in tenacity and hatred and whatnot.
Like Pitt Penn State. which
Oh, yeah.
Penn
doesn't always
State,
be
they
said.
legit hate each other.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say yes.
Yeah, that was a really good rivalry.
Iowa and Iowa State hate each other too, but then they're going to just end up drinking at the bar over the summer, or working the same job. So it's all kind of fake hate anyway, you know, because you end up crossing paths and working at the
Oh, for
Iowa
sure.
jams at the Iowa fairground and shit, and borrowing, you know, speed off of them so you can stay up all night and wait for Bon Jovi to play and squirt girls with the hoses. Oh, I'm reliving the 80s. I'm sorry. Go ahead. That all actually happened, by the way.
We'll have to talk more about that.
I know,
Yeah.
for sure.
So, and another thing I was gonna mention, and Uncle Bill was a little sketch on it, was
I was not sketch.
the whole UFO thing is getting a little bit more mainstream. I mean, not only did we have hearings about it, but there's a bunch of video coming out. I think the latest one was in North Carolina, where they were over like a Duke power plant, and it's just, you know, we know everything can be faked, but by the same token, it's either getting bolder or just more prevalent. But it would appear that, you know, we're not necessarily alone out here. Am I right?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. And I mean, are they just coming by and setting up like, you know, danger, stay away, insane planet, you know, detour past Mars?
I don't
I'm
know.
sorry.
I mean,
I was eating a mozzarella stick, but if you want my opinion, they're
Yes.
just giving us all this information so they can continue not to give us Medicare and Medicaid. Okay, continue.
just a good distraction.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Absolutely.
Well, now you're seeing it.
JFK assassination's next. Whatever gets us not getting shit, that's what they'll fucking release.
Well, now the latest one I
Mhm.
saw was over Moscow. They were in Turkey. I mean, obviously they're everywhere, but you rarely see stuff like that from a foreign country that's going to release that kind of video. But everybody's got a phone.
Dude, that's crazy.
It's a little nutty.
It's
Yeah.
a little nutty. It's fascinating though.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
and we'd be
pretty neat.
stupid to think we were fucking some sort of higher intelligence that's all alone in the universe. That would be ignorant, I think, to think.
For
Oh,
for
sure. Well, dude,
Especially
probably...
since they invented Velcro. That's not a human invention. That's definitely alien.
Well, and we've kind of gotten backwards because, you know, we have the naysayers to even landing on the moon. So
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't necessarily want to get into that, but
The flat earthers, all that shit.
Oh my God,
All
yes.
that's just all professional trolling at this point. It's just
It would seem that way.
It really is.
The educated. So, and to
Yeah.
ignore the fact that our fucking water's polluted, that we shouldn't be using aerosols. We should be careful on the foods we buy.
Mhm.
What else?
The non-stick cooking pans can kill you.
Yeah, non-stick cooking pans, which is funny because which has nothing to do with non-stick cooking pans. But Melissa and I were laughing today. We saw a clip of the Brady Bunch's 48th anniversary of their that variety show they did or whatever.
Oh my God, yes.
And Melissa and I immediately started talking about Wesson oil because
Westonality.
yeah, exactly. She was plugging that horrible trans fat fucking oil or some shit. The Brady's were eating fucking fried chicken every fucking night or some shit. I don't know.
And those variety shows were so cringy.
Mm. Oh, dude. Alice was wearing a full, like, almost like a trucker unitard, like a one piece, and she was dancing with fucking Rip Taylor, and he had his fucking arms around her. It was so fucking cringe. So,
Oh, man.
Good thing Sam didn't see that.
Yeah.
That's right.
No meat for you.
And he would have brought out the cleaver, okay? You know what's kind of funny, though? Like, when I was a kid, like, I thought Jan was hot. Or Marcia. Jan was kind of mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
Cindy was just weird. And Mrs. Brady to me looked old. Like, she's like an old lady. She's like, and then I got older, and all of a sudden she was kind of hot.
Mm.
Greg thought so too.
I was gonna say I could see why Greg might have been into her.
For sure.
That's
yeah. And June Cleaver.
June Cleaver, what was kind of old to you, and then got kind of hot.
Yeah, she was kind of Is it just maybe it's just me? Could it just be me? I don't know.
Who else?
I don't think it's just you, but
okay.
I mean, she did have that thing on her face that was kind of weird.
It was kind of distracting.
A little bit. But
How old
is
Mrs.
Henderson?
Roper was only 40.
Isn't that
That's
crazy?
a crazy
But she
thing.
was wearing those fucking muumuus, which just kind of ruins it for you, dude. When you wear a muumuu,
Yeah.
you're adding like 25, 35 years.
Yeah,
So even though
it
she's
was not a good
40,
look.
she
but-
looks 65.
And the hairstyle.
What
Not
about
great.
the Bewitched chick?
Oh, Elizabeth Montgomery.
Yeah,
She was
Great.
she was beautiful,
Love her.
for
gorgeous.
sure.
She did a lot of other things too, and picked and chose. She was a pretty powerful lady.
Yeah, they picked some hot girls to be with some really average-looking motherfuckers in those sitcoms back in the day.
I'm going to pull out a Gene
There were
fact.
two Darrens, and they were both gay.
What was that?
There were two Darrens
That's
on
right.
the show. And they were both gay.
She was okay with it.
What Gene fact you pulling out?
The intro to Three's Company, the Jack Tripper does the full head turn for that chick, and it was actually Suzanne Summers. Saving some cash.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
That's your Gene fact for today.
Well,
Nice.
thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. And I know we're not going to go in this general direction, but I do have to bring up this Thanksgiving feast at Mar-a-Lago.
Yep.
If you can see that they have the red velvet rail around his table, it's like you're either at an exhibit at the zoo or he's royalty. I'm just not really sure.
You can buy those at Amazon, bro. I looked it up.
Really?
Fuck yeah, dude. So you think it's fancy, but it's not as fancy as you think. You can buy yourself a red velvet rope and fucking little brass fucking poles and shit and make your own little whatever.
And you
So-
can
I've seen him at low rent titty bars.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the VIP room.
That's
And that
true.
one in New Orleans was just a box.
Which one?
It was, I forget the name. It was one of the lesser known ones in New Orleans, or one of the less one of the more run down ones. And the VIP room was
wait. I didn't go. I never went to New Orleans bars.
Gene
with
was
you,
not
did I?
there.
Yeah, I wasn't there. I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, you had bed check. So you
Right.
guys
It's the
weren't
only
out.
time I've ever seen a pregnant dancer.
Really
Oh.
pregnant. She was like 8.5 months, man. I gave her money just to like leave.
She's
You
still
guys never
going
went to the Pink Pony on fucking Brook Park Road in 1996, and no booze, but plenty of pregnant strippers with hemorrhoids.
Wow.
Was that the day
Mhm.
shift?
No, that was fucking 1 o'clock in the morning. Thank you, Steve Everett. Anyway, yeah. So there was some fucking shit going on back in Cleveland in the 90s. It was kind of cringy.
Yeah. I wanted to just finish on the politics with the new appointment for ambassador to France. And it is Jared Kushner's dad, Charles Kushner. And I'm
the
not
guy
sure
that
if you know
tried
the
to-
background on Charles,
Mm-hmm.
but he did some time. He was pardoned by Trump, but he set up his brother-in-law with a prostitute and then filmed it and then showed it to the brother-in-law's wife, his sister.
Mm-hmm.
So classy guy.
For money, I take it. So he honeypotted his own brother
Correct.
for
Was
money.
it I think he wanted something the brother had, I think, right?
Well,
Were they
he was
fighting over
mad-
something?
No, he was mad because his brother was working with prosecutors to convict him because he did tax evasion, tax fraud, illegal election contributions. I mean, it was a long list of what he was doing, but he was pissed at him for selling him out. So he set him up and then filmed him and then, of course, apologized to his sister after the fact, but a little bit too late.
Did that upset you? I'm sorry. You know what? That may have been wrong.
Meanwhile, his dad was a Holocaust survivor. Did you learn nothing? Don't be a dick.
Dude, these
Bill
people,
says
these
it
are
all
just
the time.
Trump is surrounded by horrible people.
And
it's
maybe
like
you
there's-
recognize this guy on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
I mean, it's just it's such a tie-in between the wealth, the scammers, and our politicians. Bob Menendez doing a great job
Yeah.
on his way out.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Dude, the rich.
And he got
truly are
out once
different.
already. So that guy skated once for doing bullshit. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
Between
just
that and I just saw an old clip of Nancy Pelosi. They asked her if you should get rid of insider trading for, Congress people, and she takes a big swig of water and says, What are you talking about? It's a free market.
Ugh.
And she makes $179,000 a year, but she's worth fucking $282
and she has amazing healthcare.
Because
gold-plated
Paul
healthcare.
Pelosi is a genius investor, I guess, or some shit. But
it's called insider trading.
It is.
It's got to stop. I don't know, man. You cannot have fucking two fucking corrupt parties. It just doesn't fucking work. And you know, they've lost people like me. I'm 56 years old. I don't see them doing anything good before I die. I think they're gonna try to fucking gaslight us and then tell us what to do till we fucking die. And then Gen X will be dead, and effectively they will have skipped over doing a fucking thing for that generation that was sandwiched in between their children and their parents. Yep. And then this younger generation will have to make a decision if they want to do shit for themselves, if we're even still a fucking empire anymore. So, I mean,
I don't know, man. I don't think we will be. I think, dude, this guy and his circle of idiots and cretins, they're going to crash the whole fucking thing. Dude, Elon Musk is insane.
Yeah.
That guy is literally insane. He's nuts.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Growing up with his crazy dad, too. Yeah, he doesn't.
Well, and I think they may want to crash it just so they can start afresh in their own little way that they want to run things. But
they're already running things. That's what I don't get. Like, what the fuck? Are you guys just that bored?
Never enough power.
Because you're so wealthy that you've got to have something to do? I don't get it. I really don't.
Yeah, pretty soon it'll be billionaire on billionaire violence.
Well, sure. You've already seen Putin threatening.
Yeah, Trump. Dude, I'm here for that. I'm here for that. You know what? I say we start a betting circle for those when they break out.
Oh, like a Deadpool?
Yeah.
All right, you write it up. I'll throw you some Bitcoin. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's I don't know. You know, last time we talked, we were all like, you got to fight, you got to stay positive, you got to do this, you got to do that. But I go through all the feels like every day, like, and I don't watch any more fucking corporate TV.
I can't.
Yeah, I just try to catch, you know, I do some doom scrolling and try to get people I trust, see what the fuck's going on, see who's getting appointed, like you guys just told me right now.
Sure.
Dipshit Kushner's fucking dad got appointed. But I'm just staying away from that shit. But I still go through all the fucking emotions of, fuck this country. Black people have been through this. Like, now it's your time to feel some fucking pain. Grow the fuck up. To Jesus, what the fuck are we doing? I cannot believe Elon Musk is anywhere near the levers of power. That's insane.
But when we have senators that are actively telling you that they want you to feel the pain, it's nothing that I've really heard before. Like, they're telling you what they're going to do, and you're going to,
it's going to hurt.
Deal with it.
Right, sure. I mean, they used to be very subliminal. For instance, we would all, if this was just a homogenous white country, we would have Medicare. But what they thought is if we don't give people universal health care, Black people will get sick and die off in a generation or three, and then we can just continue on with our merry way, and we will have solved our ex-slave problem. It didn't fucking work because human beings are fucking resilient, and you know, therefore we all fucking suffer. And that's a perfect example of how fucking white people suffer too, because the fucking powers that be did not want to give fucking healthcare to Black people and brown people. None of us get it, and that's how that shit fucking works. They've been doing it for, I don't know, a couple centuries, but you know, the majority of this country has not caught on yet. They are still playing this fucking game where they choose supremacy over democracy. And
we talked about this before, that they're okay getting the shaft as long as the you know, anybody off color is also getting fucked.
Yeah.
For each generation, fewer and fewer people of off color are getting fucked because we're trying harder. We're going to grad school.
Sure.
Or, you know, you can eliminate all the affirmative and DEI actions you fucking want. We're gonna fucking find a fucking way, because that's the only way. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
So you're just hurting yourselves by trying to punish us. It seems silly, and by the way, being white, quote unquote, is a very recent thing. We all used to be where we were fucking from. So.
That's the crazy thing.
Saying being a white guy, very recent. I don't know when you guys got together and figured that shit out on 4chan, but it's pretty fucking new. So
it is pretty new. Well,
there was a whole on that. It was really
Go ahead.
interesting. I think it was like a 16. Maybe it wasn't on TikTok. Maybe it was on YouTube. It was like 16 minutes, and I think I saw the short on TikTok. And this historian, explained it exactly how that went.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, do you remember or no?
Basically what you said. Like, it was all white people up until like, I don't know, man. Maybe like I don't know.
You remember
I
exact
can't
dates?
remember.
Well, rewatch that TikTok and watch those 16 minutes, fucker, and come back with some knowledge.
I'll report back.
You know, I almost got a scholarship to Nebraska. The end is for knowledge. You know that, right? So, I'm just saying.
Well, and they started by, the whole affirmative action thing, and that was supposed to be a rah-rah, and then the DEI, and then we ran away from like, hey, we need, to give money back to white people because they've been, unjustly, I don't even know. I can't even put it into words because it's so ridiculous.
Persecuted.
How are we doing? How are we get
disadvantaged? Yeah. Losing white privilege. Oh, yeah.
It's a shame.
It's ridiculous. The only thing, you kind of hope that, DEI was around long enough, and enough people were able to, move up thanks to it, and that they can, kind of extend the ladder, right, and start making a difference on their end. You hope.
But the Dick Cheney example is that we just pulled the ladder up, and then we tell people we pulled ourselves up from our bootstraps, and you should too.
You're like, I can see the ladder. It's up there behind you. No, it isn't.
Not very realistic. And to your point, Gene, Uncle Bill and I were talking about it growing up as Gen Xers. We had all kinds of different neighbors. It wasn't just a white neighborhood, and we just didn't really think of typecasting anybody. My neighbors were first generation Italian, but I didn't know them as Italians, other than I wanted to be in their club.
You or Bill probably fooled around and played doctor with one of those little Italian girls for the, I imagine, or
Dude, it was all boys on our street.
Riley, Rob, like you were just innocent. I remember I remember living on my block and a few girls being on that block and being sort of aggressive. So the reason I started smoking cigarettes, for fuck's sake, because of some girl. But anyway, that being said.
Well, and the crazy part was, like, without using names, but the people at the end of our street had 10 kids. They were very Catholic, and they were the ones who wanted to play doctor the most.
Which means they naturally had whore DNA in them. If they had fucking 10 fucking kids in that family, they were all whores. All the kids. I'm just saying.
You didn't really hang out with them. You had we were like kind of middle of the block, and you hung out with the middle of the block kids.
Yeah.
You really did. Your echo chamber, your world was a block and a half, 2 block radius where I knew the kids, everybody on my block, and almost everybody on this block to the right, and maybe a couple people on the block to the left, and that was about it. After that, I didn't fucking know those motherfuckers.
That's all you
at
needed.
all. You'd ride around and try to, meet new people, hang out, stay out until the fucking street light went on, do crazy shit.
Well, and that was around our elementary school, so you would know the people on the streets that weren't near us just through school, and maybe
not me. I went to private school, man. I went to Catholic school. I went to Catholic grade school. I went to Catholic high school. I didn't know, and everybody went to public school. So I was one of those people that didn't fucking know any of my neighbors outside of a 2-block radius. But yeah, I totally see what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, and then maybe you could get the invite to go up on the hoity-toity avenue where the big house
go
is.
Smoke cigarettes with Maureen. Yeah. I know. I'm not going to say her last name. But anyway, and her older sister. And my buddy Joe. You remember Joe? You guys know Joe.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I started smoking cigarettes. I thought I was going to see some boobies. So I was like, let me try that Marlboro Light. Oh, yeah. Instantly hooked for fucking 25 years. Oh, God damn. Cigarettes are the devil.
Yeah, they are.
This is not a cigarette, by the way.
Did you ever get the invitation to Jimmy P's house?
Who's Jimmy P?
Yeah.
Me?
Or did you ever go to hang out at his big house? Well, Gene was saying, you were saying if you got the invitation to the big fancy house.
Oh, are you talking to me or Rob?
Rob.
Yeah.
I went up there a couple of times and visited the attic. By then I was in high school. I was in 9th grade. He was a senior. He kind of showed me how to miss math class and go out to the parking lot. So I got a good education outside of school. But yeah, there were only a couple people up the block that you could go over there, and then once the parents met you, they probably didn't want you coming back.
Yeah, dude. When you got to Hoodridge, the houses got bigger.
Oh yeah, much bigger.
Did they judge you if you got into one of those big houses? They judge you for living in a smaller house? Because I got judged. My ass got judged so hard in high school when I went to fucking prep. You go fucking to these fucking fancy neighborhoods and fucking go in, and literally the fucking mom would be fucking telling the dude that gets in all the trouble, try not to get in trouble with this one, okay? And it's like, really? He's the fucking dude that ran butt naked around the bases at my fucking wedding, not vice fucking versa.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. So, this fucking guy was a fucking maniac in fucking high school.
Dude, you had great stories about that guy. I'm like, I got to meet this guy.
Insane. In fucking sane.
Pat, right?
Yeah, Pat C. And so, but anyway, that motherfucker. And then, the culmination of it was him fucking coming to my wedding reception at Jacobs Field. And we had the lights turned on. And all of a sudden you see somebody with fucking no pants on running around the fucking base and sliding into home. And it's Pat C.
I think you got a picture of that, didn't you?
Yeah, we have pictures of his ass. And
I remember you showing it to me.
Yeah, he turned holy roller and switched religions on us from Catholicism to something way crazier. I went to his wedding and I stopped talking to him after he started sending me religious emails and shit. I'm like, okay, I'm fucking done. I don't fucking do religion. That's too fucking much. So I haven't seen him in a long time. But yeah, dude, all my friends were wild as fuck. All those Catholic boys were fucking insane, drinking, fucking sucking on Scotch Guard in the fucking bathrooms. Fucking, I know, dude. Just all sorts of fucking insane things. And and of course, since we went to a fucking all boys Jesuit high school, why have doors on the bathrooms when you need to take a shit? Why not just have a priest walk in and go, "Everything okay in here?" Dude, fucking ridiculous, dude.
Where was that? What team had that locker room? Was it
Philly or Miami?
No, it was in We had to play at Clemson.
Oh, before they built their stadium?
Yeah. And the stalls in the visitors' locker room didn't have any doors. It was so weird. You remember that?
Well, even the locker room.
I was used to it. I just had a flashback to fucking high school going, well, if a priest has seen me take a shit, who cares if Morton Anderson sees me take a shit? So I remember one time I remember one time we had a door missing at the facility in Atlanta, and I walked in to take a piss. Now I don't know how many shitters we had in Atlanta at the old facility, but one of them was missing a door or was broken, and Morton just decided to be super European and take a shit in the one without a fucking door. I'm walking to take a piss, going, dude, there's two with fucking doors. What the fuck's wrong with you, man? Like, he didn't fucking care. Europeans don't give a shit. So
Mort didn't care.
That's better than having the door closed and then the Zeker's back goes out and you can't get him off the toilet. You got to get the door open to get to him.
God, yeah, dude. All sorts of crazy shit happened to him, man. From fucking passing stones to his back going out on the shitter to people duping him on Thanksgiving to go fucking get free turkeys and shit. So I remember all sorts of shit.
That was my proudest moment there.
That was awesome.
Oh, was it?
That was all me.
God.
And Tom Atchison, the cranky old video guy, was like, I don't think that's fair. That's not nice at all. I'm like, dude, every team does it.
Yeah.
I just don't think that's right. And then they showed like the video of those guys getting, tricked on the plane. And Tom Atchison and the coaches loved it. And Tom Atchison was like, oh, that's a great idea.
He flipped real quick.
That guy. Yeah. But it was funny, man. Because we went up there and we watched.
We'll have to do a show about. We'll have to write down all the pranks that happened from the '90s, back in the day, from them taping Alfred Oglesby to the fucking goalpost after he got fucking called out by the FBI for not getting kidnapped, and all sorts of shit. So, all sorts of stuff. People pranks.
Devin getting all his clothes tied up and then thrown in the shower, and then he just refused to go get them. Like, dude, you weren't a number one pick. You were the first pick of the second round.
Second round. Yeah.
Shit.
I know, dude, but I don't know. The 90s were interesting. We weren't all going to be pleasant. You guys had to manage a lot of different personalities for sure.
For sure. The funny thing about Zeker was that he always had a book. He was always carrying a paperback.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know.
Read him, man. He'd go sit in his fucking truck and he'd fucking read, just to get away from the noise. He wasn't big with the fucking noise. He wanted to be kind of left alone. So.
And we didn't have earbuds back then.
Right. Good point.
He was built like a barrel.
Oh my God. Biggest back I've ever seen.
Have you guys seen him or heard about what he's doing these days or no? I haven't.
Not really.
I haven't followed up with anybody really. So
I'd be curious to see. I like that guy. He never said a word, went about his business.
Yeah, he was a good guy.
And he was just kind of comical. He had that comical air of shit that happened to him about him.
Yeah, I agree. He was a good dude. So most of the linemen are pretty good dudes when they play.
He got paid to come to Atlanta. He was a big free agent signing my first year he came over from the Chargers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know. Everybody got paid there except me. God damn it.
Dude, they had Jim Rickert there.
Oh, really?
From the Bills.
Right.
He was super nice, but he was kind of...
Wait, you said his name wrong. Richter?
Richer.
Jim Richer, yeah.
Jim Richer.
Super nice guy. Great
airline pilot.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I think a few people I know have flown on his fucking plane. I don't know if he's probably retired by now, but yeah, he became a fucking an airline pilot for one of the majors after he retired.
That Bills team that lost all those Super Bowls was a pretty interesting group. I mean, we had Cornelius Bennett come down, and you had Talley come down. You had Big Nate Odom, the DB.
I love that guy.
And they would just tell stories every Sunday. Everybody was welcome at Jim Kelly's house, and it was a good
trainers,
group.
equipment
Shame
staff.
they didn't win a Super Bowl, frankly.
Yeah, it was different because that team, a lot of those players stayed together for a while. First of all, they got in before Plan B free agency was even a thing, and before the real free agency as we know it. So,
That's
a lot of them were just stuck on that team for a long time. So they were. You can become more of a family.
Absolutely. Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed. It was a good bunch.
After 93, 94, people started scattering with all the free agency and shit. And so,
I'm pretty sure they told DT to get out, but we took him.
Yeah, absolutely. But he used up his body for him, though, too. I mean, come on, man.
He really did.
Like they tell you to get out after they fucking use you at your best. So I know that feeling. So he was a good dude. Biscuit was a real good dude. I enjoyed playing with Clay and Metcalf on two teams. That was great. And then Ronnie Medlin as a trainer. And all those guys brought different wisdom. So, and even when I went to Miami, when I got drafted by Miami, I think one of the first talks Marino and some of these older guys had that were around were like, man, we went to the Super Bowl right away. We thought we were going to go every year. So don't take this shit for granted. So that was kind of your first lesson like that. It's fucking hard to get to the Super Bowl. How Buffalo did it 4 times in a row, fucking to this day, I still don't fucking know. But a lot of it has to do with the fact that they were a team for a long time. So
makes a big difference.
For sure.
Yeah, that was a crazy place to play. Do you remember we played them that one year when Anthony Phillips broke his ankle?
Was that his ankle or his leg, bro?
His leg, yeah. It was
disgusting, and I'll never forget it because he was rolling on a pick or something, right? And
dude, he was
Kelly get him? Did Jim Kelly get him?
Kelly, he like lunged at him and just like.
And he did some of those things, and he stiff-armed his fucking leg right on the fucking turf and snap, and I almost threw up.
Dude, you could hear it.
He was such a nice guy, and he had worked so hard to get to that point where he was actually playing, and then that happened.
And he was flying too. How the fuck he took that angle and even caught him? I still don't know.
Dude, he was gonna go.
I've seen some horrible injuries. Injury will get you first. That's the
dude,
one thing.
He was never the same after that, and
nobody is. Man. I mean, I'm missing like all the cartilage in my right knee. You continue on, but you're never as fucking good or the same. You just adjust, maybe get a little smarter, something. But
that's a tough position, though, right? I mean, corner. What are you doing?
Yeah,
speed position. So
he had good size and he was fast.
Yeah, he had great size. Really good dude.
For sure.
You guys used to hang out in Dr. Davis's office.
Yeah, thanks for that, Dick. What were we doing there? Getting counseling?
Yeah, pretty much, right? You were listening to some other guy's problem, some white rich other guy's problem.
Fucking problem. Yeah, Dr. Davis.
And his kid's murder case.
Dave Davis owes me, if I was to bill him today in fucking 2024 money, he'd owe me about $1,700 for all the fucking counseling I did for him.
Worth it.
When his son was having the troubles. So anyway.
Dude, that was crazy.
Well, I'd be happy to talk about that sometime. I'll have to write down all the information and just the weirdness of it all, of failing an NFL drug test for weed people, not cocaine or meth, just for fucking weed, and the weird shit they make you do, and some of the shit that happened to me when I failed that drug test.
Well, it's like the league didn't do their research on it either, because I mean, I don't know how many times I heard that it was the official pain drug of the NFL. Your choice was popping pills to get out of bed Monday morning, or to smoke some weed. It seems easy choice right there.
To this day, and Bill can attest to this, he knows, and I'll never be able to figure this shit out. I always quit April 1st smoking, and somehow I still flunked 2 drug tests, quitting April 1st and getting tested in July. Like all the THC stored in every ounce of my ass fat there was. And I just pissed it back out into the fucking cup, and I was fucking guilty. And it was also at the lowest amount, which was like 10 nanograms per milliliter, which they don't even consider. I think they consider that fucking secondhand test now. So in reality, I had taken 3 months off, and they really shouldn't have even found me guilty, but they did.
Turns out you got the secondhand from Uncle Bill, and that got you pinched.
And all that got me, by the way, all you guys did was fucking switch me to fucking Demerol and vodka. I was doing fine on fucking weed, to be honest with you. But I'm going to fucking kill pain one way or another. It's going to be fucking Toradol shots, Demerol, and fucking vodka. So thank you for that, you ass hats. I was smoking weed and killing pain, and you fucking made me switch to fucking harder shit because you're all a bunch of fucking morons.
Yeah. Dude, remember that DB, really good player, Kenny Easley for the Seahawks?
Sure.
That ended his career, man. They gave him so much ibuprofen and NSAIDs that
that'll
ruined
ruin
his
your kidneys and liver, right? Yeah. Yeah,
ruined that guy.
And I never even understood. Like, they used to do blood work on us every year, and really what they were testing you for is fucking how many anti-inflammatories they had given you the year before to see how good your fucking your kidney function was and shit. Because they were just using us like thoroughbreds, you know. I think now they even give Toradol shots before the fucking games.
Oh wow!
When I played, they only gave them after the games, and now they're getting them before the fucking games, which I find highly problematic. And I don't even know how that's fucking moral. Nothing's even happened to you yet.
Yeah.
Well, I had in Miami, Jumpy had that big toe issue, and I just remember they were saying you need to take this, and he was like, "You're what? You see this? You see what they're asking me to do?"
Right.
And he'd do it in his comical thing, so I didn't know if he was serious or not. But
he was documenting it in his own way, because you're gonna fuck up my fucking shit. I'm not gonna fill this shit and do all sorts of fucking damage.
That's exactly right. And he got the shot right in the bathroom by the urinal, and then went out and played.
Yeah,
crazy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
dude, he was
after broken ribs. Yeah, it's that's what you do, man. You're there. They pay you to play.
That's right. So and then on the flight home, you see everybody walking through the aisle going to the back.
Instead of fucking doing bong rips on fucking Rob's fucking 40-year-old fucking bong that's hidden gracefully in his basement somewhere. Don't look for that, kids. You know, they're fucking going. I'm sitting there with fucking 6 fucking Vicodin going, "Hey man, I'll give you these 6 Vicodin for 2 Demerol, because Demerol just happened to work better on me. Vicodin make me want to fucking puke." And on top of it, you're fucking drinking right in front of the fucking team doctors and the fucking trainers. They don't give a fuck. And you're slowly but surely killing pain. And then you get off the plane and you drive home. Or to the bar.
Yeah.
That's what everyone was doing in the 90s. I'm just being fucking real. I mean, you know, you're not going to pass a lie detector test if you're telling me that's what you weren't fucking doing.
Or that one time to a movie.
As the late 90s came on, we got smarter and we started getting limos and shit. But, I mean, let's face it, fucking all through the fucking 80s and 90s. Everybody self-medicating and driving themselves to the doctor, i.e. the bar that they went to after the games. So these are just facts. And you could have just been letting us smoke weed, Tagliabue, and who was the other one? Who are the other commissioners I had?
Roselle,
Tagliabue. Yeah, those are the only 2 I had, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't go that fucking long. So,
But you're right, because those guys would have gone home and sat on their couch, just like
sure.
my dog.
Yeah. It's funny, dude. I remember there was a book that a guy wrote in 73. He spent a year with the Steelers. It's a really good book. It's called About 3 Bricks Shy of a Load. Really good. But in it, he was telling the story of a guy that had come over to the Steelers from the Chargers, and this dude said, "Yeah, man, that team is divided into the smoking section and the non-smoking section. The guys that get high, the guys that don't." He said there was one dude that whenever they started playing well and made a good play, he'd yell from the sidelines. He's like, "We're smoking that good shit now."
I mean, yeah, that's true. And I would say lines would go ahead, Rob.
I was just gonna say, you went into the Falcons' old locker room. There were ashtrays at every locker. I mean, they'd come in at halftime. They're puffing butts. Like, come on.
That was the second team I played for that has ashtrays. The Dolphins facility.
Really?
St. Thomas also had ashtrays in the lockers. So that's how old school of fucking facilities I was going to.
Yeah.
They built that new one in Davie, but I was already traded to the Browns by then. But yeah, dude, it's a lot of smoking, a lot of drinking. I had
ripping those lung darts.
I had at least half a dozen boomer teammates that had a chest full of fucking beer in the back of their Lincoln Continentals for after practice, and I mean every single fucking practice. I used to go smoke with the equipment manager from the Browns, Eddie Carroll. Like he had menthols, and I felt like having a menthol. So in between practices, like during 2 a days, I'd go back there, smoke a cigarette with him. Like that was just that's the way I was. And these fucking coaches know they're not stupid. I walk past them, I smell like a goddamn Newport, for fuck's sake. So they're not dumb.
Well, and those coaches were smoking too, quite a bit.
Oh yeah,
they couldn't smell shit.
Cigars, cigarettes, whatever. They were all fucking fucked up, drugged out, getting hookers too. Remember what's his face? Let's not say his name, but remember our running backs coach?
Oh yeah.
During the 1 years, and he got popped and had to come in and apologize, dude. That was the hardest. I had to suppress my laughter in a dramatic situation in my entire life. And I don't know if it was because he was crying so fucking hard,
Oh my God.
or it was because he got fucking popped doing this shit. And it was just so fucking funny. But yeah, that was the
Friday
NFL
afternoon. Practice is done. I got a little time on my hands.
Oh yeah,
why not? You're gonna hit the host row.
Head down to Ponce de Leon, see what's happening.
Bill will attest to this because he used to be the picker up of people from jail after DUIs and shit. But I've had teammates get fucking DUIs, had to give press conferences, and then sit in their coach's office and have their coaches kick their feet up and go, "Oh, shit, this one time when I was coaching in San Francisco, I wrecked my truck on the Golden Gate Bridge. I got out of that motherfucker and just started running." I mean, coaches, players, they've all fucking, and that's a fucking true story too. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Or who was the coach from Detroit that fucking drove up to the drive-thru like butt fucking naked? Remember that? That was a few years ago, right?
He was a coordinator, wasn't he?
I don't fucking remember. I don't even know if he ever got back in the league. I mean, we've had GMs that were raging alcoholics that fucking relapsed 4 and 5 times. Oh my God, dude, that fucking, I don't know. I guess ignorant is bliss. I'm from Nebraska. I was just happy to be there. I'm stupid. I'm making lots of money. I didn't feel that kind of anxiety. I liked Sundays. I hated all the practice and shit. So I really enjoyed the games.
That guy's name was Joe Cullen, and he didn't really remember driving through the drive-through naked.
Was it drugs or drink? Do you remember?
I'm going to say he was drinking, and he went to Wendy's because they had the best value meal.
They do.
Bill, you ever drive with no pants on or no clothes on? Drive just butt naked ever in your life?
No, I never have.
How about you, Rob?
Completely naked, no.
Okay.
Do you think he was naked when he got in the car, or did he get naked in the car?
It's a good question. He didn't remember anything. He said he totally blacked out. So I don't know how he was driving while blacked out.
Where was he coming from?
I think he was coming from the facility, and he just went to Wendy's drive-thru.
Did you shower after practice and just forget to get dressed? I think I'll sit down and have a couple pops, and before I knew it, I was out the door and my pants were behind.
That's different. I've seen it all, man. I've seen teammates fucking parked with their foot on the brake on fucking I-90, dead asleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That was with
more
the
than
Browns,
one,
right?
more than one teammates. I'm not saying who, man. I'm not
No
telling
naming
you.
names,
No,
Billy.
I
I'm not
remember
naming
that
names.
story. I
I'm
remember
just
that.
saying. But so I've seen it all. In fact, the day that guy got popped, that was on 90 when we were going back to Westlake. I was with Mark Shepard, that cop. He was driving me home because it's always safest to have, someone that has a badge driving you home when you're fucking wasted, and a celebrity like myself.
It's true.
We're driving by, and I'm like, I recognize this fucking truck. I'm like, oh fuck, looks like my teammate. And the firefighter was just getting ready to smash the window. I'm like, holy shit, that is my teammate. And Mark just hit the gas, and he made sure I couldn't stop and get arrested myself. So
That was smart.
Uh,
because of
We
course
saw
you
that
want to
with the
help your
Tyreek.
teammate, but yeah, my
We saw
teammate
that
was
with
out
Tyreek
cold.
Hill when he got pulled
Mhm.
over, and then his teammates tried to help him.
Mhm.
They nearly got arrested
Mhm.
because they weren't presenting ID,
Mhm.
though they were doing nothing and really didn't have to
And
present
if it was
ID.
nice time, they would all got shot because
yeah.
fuck cops. Those cops, by the way, never bothered to show up in court for
You're right.
traffic. So
That's why it went
Tyreek
away.
got off of that. So not guilty on that, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's how the law works. So next thing up is lawsuit, because he said his wrist and his shoulder haven't been the same since they threw him down. So
And he's had a bad season because
and
of
he's
it.
had half the yards this year. So I'm thinking he's asking for fucking twice the money. I'm just saying.
Oh, dude, those guys were such assholes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, they got some problems. I won't even describe the video I saw today of the cop taking out that cow on the street. I mean, who goes after a defenseless cow?
I saw you tweet that out and said this is one of the most awful things I've ever seen. So I decided not to even look at that.
I'm glad you didn't. I mean, it's not like it blew up or anything, but who runs into a cow?
Why would you do that?
And then the cow's down, and then you run over it to keep it from leaving. Like, why? What are you doing?
That's evil,
I mean, how angry do you have to be to go after a cow? They don't do anything.
I know, right?
It was upsetting.
I don't know.
Did he like swerve and go out of his way, or was the cow in the road?
No, the cow was in the road, and he just knocked it down.
He intentionally hit the cow, from what we can tell. So
yes,
dude, was he driving a big SUV? He must have been.
Yeah,
of course, dude. Not gonna hit him in a fucking Prius. Saying, that's all I'm saying, Bill.
Dude, yeah.
Anyway.
My car wouldn't move him.
Rob, did you get your kid off to the airport okay today?
I did. Yeah, she all my guests left this morning on the 6:45 flight.
It's just okay. You're back down to your normal household. Nice.
Sort of. The only thing left behind is the kids got most people in the house sick.
Yeah.
I got my wife sick, and I owe my producer Melissa an apology. I fucking started feeling shitty on the plane in Omaha. Nose stuff. I decided not to breathe deep at all. Came home, gave it to her. Now it's in her nose, her fucking lungs.
Sore throat.
It only lasted a day for me. She has a terrible sore throat.
Oh.
She needs fucking an inhaler at times. So, there's some shit going around. But I hate those fucking tubes. They're disgusting. I don't know why the fuck I have to just fucking man up and wear a mask. What the fuck's someone gonna say to me my size? Go ahead, say something to me. I don't give a fuck. I should just wear a mask because it doesn't bother me to wear a mask.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But no one wears a fucking mask. We're just fucking sheep. We just do what every fucking body else does. We just don't take our own fucking stand. I don't know why, but honestly, from now on, getting on these fucking planes, I might just fucking throw a mask on because I got fucking sick on the fucking plane. It was just a cold, but I passed it on to my wife and she feels miserable.
Sure.
I could have avoided all that shit. So
I think I got COVID on that plane coming back from North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
The person being sick though needs to be wearing the mask technically.
Sure, yeah, but they weren't, and that's how I got it.
I'm not saying it doesn't help you wearing it as well, Gene, but like if you're feeling under the weather and you're going to be on a flight, maybe wear a mask.
Yeah.
Sure.
Common courtesy.
This is what you get when you're married to a doctor. He knows everything.
Common sense, doctor.
No, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Especially when you're sick, fucking put a mask on. Even if you don't know you're sick or you might be a carrier, put a fucking mask on.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Seems like a no-brainer, but here we are. Still not learning.
If they called fucking COVID AIDS 2.0, we'd be fucking wearing masks and fucking hazmat suits and all sorts of shit. They just fucking you gotta market shit. You gotta they marketed their politics all wrong for the Democrats. We marketed COVID fucking all wrong. The whole reason fucking Trump fucking wasn't even a 2-term president is because he fucked up COVID.
Really bad.
Yeah.
And we took advantage of it.
Yeah.
and we marketed it a little better than they did. But bottom line is, it's with today's world and how we get all our information and how we carry these fucking phones around, it's literally how you market yourself, whether it's politics or if you selling some shit.
Yeah.
The
Democrats
H1N1 will
failed
be
horribly.
the next thing that we'll have to deal with. But
don't worry, RFK Jr.'s in charge, so we're in really good shape.
A little bit of pushback.
We'll have extra fluoride to fight it with, bro. Just buy a big vat of fluoride, fucking put it in a spray bottle and spray everything and fucking kill the H1N1. I'm just saying.
If that doesn't work,
You're
shove
right.
it up your ass.
Be proactive. I like your hat, by the way. Is that also made by your kid? One of your kids?
No, but it is Kendall's Nirvana hat, and the spirit of Kendall not being here.
By the way, what are the care instructions for that hat?
You can wash it in the washing machine.
It's not going to shrink horribly, or just air dry it, or
I would probably air dry it if you're worried about shrinkage. It is wool.
Oh, you can wash it? Okay.
You can wash it.
Well, I like it.
I did not know that.
It's a very comfortable hat. So
she makes a great hat.
She's making different hats this year. I think if anybody's interested, you let me know. A little more jazz to it.
All right, fair enough.
All right.
Well, I was going to tell you guys as I pulled out of my driveway today going to the gym, out in the middle of the street comes this turkey, a big giant turkey trotting right across the street. And I got a picture of him in my neighbor's yard. It was crazy.
Did you
hear giant big? Turkey. It was big.
Chase your car?
No, he was across the street, but he was like just chilling in the yard.
Would you walk across the street if you were on the sidewalk and you saw a turkey like that? Was he big enough to scare you?
Yeah, he was pretty
maybe.
big, man. What if he started with big things? Because Kendall out in California has a bunch of turkeys, so they're like her pets, and there will be a dozen of them, and the big ones are pretty big. And then when they start to walk,
they're chill. They're not aggressive.
No, she feeds them too, but she feeds all kinds of birds there.
Yeah,
but some of them are pretty big and pretty impressive birds. I wouldn't want to get them mad at me. Have you ever been chased by a goose?
Yeah, man, those things are angry. They're vicious.
Geese, ducks, dogs, cats. Lots of things have chased me in my life, dude. So there's a lot of racist animals out there. I'm just saying. Squirrels have fucking challenged me fucking one-on-one in trees before. Especially the brown ones.
I got stared down by a raccoon.
Raccoons. I've had my thing with raccoons before.
Twice.
Well, the turkey was feeling pretty good because everybody's sick of turkey by now.
Yeah. I don't know where
I didn't have turkey.
I live in an urban area. I don't know where he would have come from.
Prime rib?
No, that's cooking right now. That's for today. We had I made burnt ends on Thanksgiving.
Again.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, Melissa fucking had a pork belly waiting here for me.
Oh, nice.
So made burnt ends, and then I think
somebody listened to the podcast.
Following day, I think I made a couple fillets, and Melissa and I shared a fillet, and we gave one to Maya. And then today is going to be more red meat. Today is the rib roast. And then tomorrow I'm going to go buy fucking on sale turkey legs because I've had no turkey, and I'm going to fucking be making turkey and eating lots of turkey.
Sounds pretty good.
I need to eat more protein and less whatever it is I eat because it's
gotta get your ass back, Gene.
Yeah. I know my ass is gone. I know all that protein will make my ass juicy again. I got a new Ozempic ass. Anyway, so that being said, thanks for doing a Saturday show with me. It's the holidays.
Sure,
dude, this was great. This was awesome. I'm glad we were able to do it.
I appreciate your willingness.
My daughter's home to torture me. So.
Well, thankful for both of you guys.
Did she go back or not?
No, I still have her.
Okay.
She'll be back for Christmas too.
Nice.
All right. Next time, play the background music the whole show, Rob.
For you, Gene, I would do that.
I can see the private chat now, Bill. Turn the fucking music off, you idiot. No, he didn't say that. But anyway. All right. Well, we will see each other Tuesday, I guess.
Tuesday.
Yeah. All right.
Have a good rest of your weekend, guys.
Yeah. You too.
All right, buddy. See ya.
All right. Bye. See you guys.